Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Last time, we went through the Abyss and battled Abaddon. We also got our best friend, the Black Panther Soul. Which, yeah, is going to make a lot of things in this video a lot easier, because this is going to be the soul grinding video. For one thing, I want to just mention that there is the Tear of Blood here. I'm back in the Lost Village here. And I'm back in this area here specifically because I mentioned before, this is the best place in the game to grind money, hands down. Hands down, this is the best place in the game to grind money. There are a string of zombies here, which by this point in the game, if you have the Black Panther Soul, you can just run into them no problem. And we're grinding money here today because we're trying to save up for an item called the Soul Eater Ring. We are going for all souls in this video, which takes a while. I can say with confidence now. Sorry, I just kind of wanted to say that cutscene there. With confidence, this is the longest time a single video has taken me to record on my entire channel. For years, this record was a video way the heck back in my Metroid Prime Let's Play, I think, and then it was, for a lot of years as well, it was a video from my Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play. One of the videos of that took 2 hours and 10 minutes to record. So really quickly, just to kind of explain what I was going through here, I was buying 9 brass knuckles and selling whatever cloth tunics I have. There's just kind of some funny little heart-to-heart conversations with Yoko and Hammer here. And I was buying a bunch of brass knuckles and then using the zombie souls to upgrade. This is a really cheap weapon that once upgraded can sell for a lot. Like, you can buy brass knuckles for about 200 gold, and they sell for about 3,000. So, you only need about 100 brass knuckles, and honestly, less than that, because you're gonna make back money in so many other ways. Yeah, there's one other tip for money that I want to explain here before I go back to the time frame thing. If you get the gold ring, which if you remember is behind that 666 door in like the lower part of the Wizardry Lab. Yeah, pain in the ass to get, I realize, but it's actually very useful for this area because zombies, they'll drop a lot of money even when you hold that ring. And I'll have a clip on screen here in a moment that kind of explains that. But yeah, now that we have 9 cestises, we can sell those, and we get 27,000 a piece for, like, or not a piece, but like 27,000 for all of these items. And yeah, this is without a doubt the best way to get money, because, yeah, as you'll see in a bit, this is kind of with some off-screening a little bit. I'm actually not sure what this footage here is. This is being recorded in post-commentary if it wasn't obvious. A lot of this video is anyway. The last, like, third of it might be live, but yeah, this video, again, took the longest by a long mile, and if you know my other videos, you'll be surprised by that. The Sonic Adventure 2 video that took 2 hours and 10 minutes was the Final Rush video. I guess technically there was a lot of off-screen stuff and like the Chow Garden stuff that might have taken longer, but I don't know if I really count that exactly or not, because a lot of that was off-camera stuff. The Aria of Sorrow soul grinding video surpassed that original length at 2.5 hours, and then surprisingly, a video for my Pokemon Leafgreen Let's Play took 2 hours and 40 minutes. That was the video where I decided to go after Entei, my copy of Leafgreen, and then I was like, you know what? I have this copy of Fire Red that I never actually caught Suicune in, so let's do that. And then Suicune took over 2 hours to show up. That whole video took 2 hours and 40 minutes to record. This video took over 4.5 hours. When I dropped all these files into Sony Vegas, There's a little bit into the beginning of the next video, but in total, my session time was about 4 hours and 50-something minutes. And that's insane. Plus, I also recorded the last video after this as well, plus the extra video, and that was another hour and, like, 20 minutes after that, so I didn't record this all in one session. This took me a lot longer to do. But yeah, as you see here, this was kind of me going around with the... I think this was just me with the gold ring on for this attempt here. Actually, yeah, I can tell it was because of my gold attempt here, but yeah, you saw how much more gold I was getting from this attempt here. And I believe this was just an attempt where I bought the brass knuckles beforehand, but yeah. We're about to get stupid rich here, and then subsequently buy a very, very overpriced item. I've always done this method for getting money every time I've played this game. I don't know if I discovered this on my own or if it was something I just looked up online. I probably looked this up online, but honestly, like, I first played this game over a decade ago now, so it's hard to... It's easy for me to remember some things, but it's hard for me to remember certain things from that far back. But yeah, this is without a doubt the best way to get money. It'll take about, I'd say about a half hour to 45 minutes. I think it took me around 45 minutes, but I think I was also eating for a few minutes of that as well, so yeah. And I think I also upgraded one of my cestises into a whip knuckle, because I think I had an extra slaughterer soul, I think. I could be wrong about that, but I had an extra thing that I could upgrade the thing into the whip knuckle, so I sold an extra one of those as well, and that's worth an insane amount of money too. So let's sell a lot of those and sell one of my whip knuckles. And there we go. We are over 300,000 gold. And after scrolling all the way down, we can officially buy the Soul Eater ring. We're broke, but we have a really, really nice item. And yeah, now begins, not quite here, but pretty soon now begins another, oh yeah, I forgot, because I technically have to fuse all those zombie souls there, I actually had to get another zombie soul. Yeah, I don't really like the whole... I like the idea of synthesis and being able to do stuff with extra souls, but I don't really like being able to permanently get rid of certain souls either. I think that's a little bit hit or miss for me. But yeah, one thing I kind of wanted to talk about for a lot of this Let's Play, though, was my thoughts between this game and Aria of Sorrow. Because I feel like each of these games kind of does some things better and some things worse. There's a hidden room with the truffle there. There's one more hidden room that I forgot over in Garden of Madness, but I get that later on in this session. This is going to be most of this video is sped up, getting these in a very, very quick fashion. Otherwise, this took me an astronomical amount of time. You're missing like 90% filler here. So yeah, I kind of want to just go over the my thoughts between this and Aria of Sorrow, because I honestly can't decide which game I like more. In terms of just being able to play and sheer replayability, Aria of Sorrow feels more accessible. I think it's the more fun game to revisit, but that game has a way faster pace. Despite that, I honestly don't really feel burnt out with this game either. Even though this took an insane amount of time, I guess maybe because I did it over several sessions, I didn't really feel that burnt out with this either. It's hard to really explain it, but this didn't really burn me out in any way. Not to say Aria of Sorrow ever burnt me out either. In fact, the opposite. That game pacing is just quick. But like, I feel like Aria of Sorrow also takes longer to get good. Not to say this game, like, not to say Aria of Sorrow I think has a slower start, but I feel like in a way it kind of, the early areas are short, but they kind of all blend together a little bit for me. This game, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna say right now, the creature took me over a half an hour to get. Like, I think I was at this one spot for over a half hour trying to get this, and I didn't even get this in this location. If you notice my level up there, I went from level 43 to 45 there. That's how long I was at that. And I went back at a later on point and got it in a different location, but yeah, I spent an assload of time trying to get this stupid enemy. And I was probably at this spot for another, like, almost 10 minutes trying to get this thing. You can probably see how many items or actually, you can't see how many items I would have had, but yeah, I spent ages trying to get that thing. And, yeah. So, this was actually kind of the end of my first session here after I got the Great Armor, because, the next clip is actually from the next session. I know that because my DS battery started to turn red, and I was over an hour at this point anyway, because, like, just how long the creature took me. My DS bat light was red, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up here. But, yeah. In general, though, going back to my thing about between Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, I'm so torn. Visually, I think this game does look better, even if it is slower paced, but that's also just a given being on a more powerful system. The sprite work in this game is phenomenal. Like, still, I think this game still looks good over 15 years after it came out. Like, hands down, this is... And I'm not gonna doubt that, like, later DS Castlevania games like Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia probably look better, but this game's sprite work is just really, really dang amazing. And in terms of the soundtrack, not to say I think there's bad songs in Aria of Sorrow, also, fuck this enemy. I hate the Allura Oon so much. It didn't take me as long in this playthrough, but in one of my older I was trying to get that one as well. But, yeah. In terms of music, funny we're saying this in Subterranean Hell right now, but yeah, this game's soundtrack is... Not to say I think Aria of Sorrow is a bad soundtrack, there's some great songs in it, but I think this game trumps it, honestly. Some of the compositions, like Subterranean Hell, The Pinnacle, the Condemned Tower, Scarlet Battle Soul, there's some incredible stuff. Also, I hate this logic here. I spent like 20 minutes trying to get White Dragon, and then I got a second one, and the next one I killed just out of spite there. Yeah. I have to say, honestly, I like these games about equal, for different reasons. I think that there's aspects I like better about Aria of Sorrow. I think it's a more accessible and replayable game. This game's harder for what that's worth. It is also a little bit slower paced, but I think the production values are definitely a step up above, as sequels should be. I think the synthesis idea, well, it has problems, but I like a lot of ideas involved in it. I like the idea that you could get, I like the idea that you have something you can do with your extra souls that you're not using. By the way, remember how bullshit this room was? Yeah. I like a lot of things that you can do with the synthesis idea, because there's a lot more, like, if you have extra souls, there's actually a point to them. The problem is getting souls can also be a lot more of a tiresome moment in this game than in the original game as well, so it's a lot of double-edged swords. I like both games for different reasons, but this was a game that I've honestly wanted to do a Let's Play of now for over 11 years now, and that's a really long time for me to hold off on doing a project. This was like the main game I said back in the day that, oh yeah, I'm heading back through this way here because there's like one item I wanted to get here. This was like one game that I said back in the day I Let's Played Aria of Sorrow, which was almost 5 years ago. Yeah, here you can get Dracula's Tunic. There's one more item here I just kind of want to talk about here. Because this is going to be a clip to Garden of Madness here, I think. Yeah. Right here, there's a hidden area that I honestly just forgot about. You can get this a long time ago by just bouncing off that corpse weed. I forgot this was here, and I don't know how, because in a lot of my, like, just casual runs and my practice runs and whatnot, I got that really, really soon. And Final Guard took me over, like, almost an hour to get this soul, because this is a tedious-ass enemy to kill. I recommend flying over it so it can't really hurt you besides its fire attack and just by walking into you, but this is a slog of a soul to get. Like, pay attention to my levels here in a second. Actually, you might be able to see it here. Yeah, my level jumped a lot at that point, but yeah. So, also, fun fact with this Arc Demon here, I actually missed that thing fully killing it, so it wasn't actually showing up in my bestiary at all, so I was confused why I was missing 4 things instead of 3. More into that in a minute, but, yeah. When I announced originally in 2018 that I wanted to stop doing Let's Plays, I never honestly thought that I was going to get back to it, but I grew more creatively inclined, and this is a game that... This was the game that I've wanted to do for an astronomical amount of time. And yeah, I'm really glad that I got around to doing this. This is one of my favorite DS games for a reason. And yeah, the Iron Golem Soul is another sucker of a pain in the ass. So with all that being said, that is pretty much every regular enemy in the game. Except that you can see that we're still missing a few. We have 97.3%. We're missing numbers 29, 32, and 81. And you might be asking yourself, we're also missing 116. Not for spoilers, but that's the final boss. There's no soul to be gotten with that. So you may be asking yourself, alright, where are these other 3 mysteries that we have not encountered yet? Well, we've been reading a few things from these pretty much this whole time. So, why don't we take a look and see where some of these things came from? Because, yeah, we have these Umanuses here. Exclusive scoop, abominable snowman discovered. Snowman living on the mountains, spotted near the mountain village. According to witnesses, the beast appears to be searching for food. We have terror alert, his name is Mothman. There have been numerous sightings of the creature high in the sky. The latest reports indicate it was drawn to an intense light. The light apparently came from thunderbolts. And up in the sky, is it a man? Let's call this airborne being the flying humanoid. Could we ever achieve contact with an aerial being? With great regret, we announce this is our final issue. So some of those things were not really of easy hints to decipher. We did hear, though, near Mountain Village, though. And we're in a mountain village right now. If we head back to the very beginning of the game here, do you see something that I'm seeing? Yep, there is in fact a guy here. So, it says that this guy is attracted to food, so let's give him some food. We need the waiter skeleton, serve delicious curry. And when this guy shows up, you'll want to attack him really quickly. Yeah, the Yeti is enemy number 29 here. Yeah, you want to be very fast with getting this guy. You'll need a pretty high-powered, high-power weapon here because this guy likes to run away pretty fast. That did not kill him? Oh. Okay, I thought that was enough to kill that guy there. And yeah, if I could get this guy's soul any day now, that would be even better. I have the Soul Eater ring still equipped, yeah. Ah, damn it. Any day you want now. Any day you want. Alright, I have to actually throw it out here. For being a 1-star, this is one that I sometimes, like... Oh, there we go. I sometimes take a little bit of time to get the Yeti Soul there. Create a white orb of dark power that grows as it rolls. Ah, we can create a snowball with this one. I actually never really used this soul before. That's kind of clever. Oh, and I can go through doors. That's actually kind of funny. I've never used this soul before. That's actually pretty funny. I've never seen this before, actually. I've 100%ed this game before, but I don't think I've ever really used that soul. That's pretty great. Anyways, I'll meet you guys off for wherever the next one is. Alright, I actually kind of lied a little bit because I'm actually not heading off for number 2 right now. I'm heading off for number 3 because this one was really near the area and number 3 is kind of out of the, or number 2 is kind of out of the way. So yeah, back in the Cursed Clock Tower, you may notice there is something that is buzzing around in the background. Let's read the hints again for this one because this one's a little obscure. Up in the sky is a man. Let us call this airborne being the flying humanoid. Could we ever achieve contact with an aerial being? That does not give you any hint whatsoever. In reality, we are actually supposed to use a soul I did not have in my first playthrough. And this is a soul I almost always get early on, and I tried to get it, but I didn't really want to grind to be too broken. Mandragora, shout to send monsters flying. Somehow that counts for that. From what I understand, I think this is a soul that you will get no matter what. And this one's actually kind of decent for... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get this one just kind of no matter what, honestly. I do like how the soul does sort of slowly fly in, though. Flying humanoid raises intelligence and luck. This might have been nice to have beforehand if you were trying to go for soul grinding. Obviously I held off on it quite a fair bit. Mandragora, though, to speak positively of it, this is a great soul. I wish I had this sooner, because I probably would have been using this more than Axe Armor. It has a gigantic radius, and it does a ton of damage, especially for how early on it is. One of my favorite red souls in the game, and you get it. I'm kind of a shame I didn't get a chance to use it a whole lot earlier on. But yeah, our last one is in the Pinnacle. Alright, remember this room? Because, yeah, I still kind of hate this room. These enemies still kind of suck to fight, and I shouldn't be... I guess I'll show you on the map specifically where I am here. So... yeah, these final guards here... Good God, I underestimated how annoying this soul was. I will probably go as far to say this might be one of the most annoying ones in the game. Come on, you really had to guard that? Use something that I know hits a lot harder. By that, I mean my good friend... Where are you? Malakota. There we go, and we got a level up. Wow, we're what, 63 now? Yeah. So this thing... if we remember the hint here... Terror alert, his name is Mothman. Remember, sightings creature high in the sky. Reports drawn as... indicates drawn to intense light. Light apparently came from thunderbolts. We have a soul that does in fact involve thunderbolts. We just need to find that. Yep, the Ryukuda soul. Or Ryukuda soul, whatever you want to call this thing. If we activate this... I don't know why, because it shouldn't be. But I find the sight of this thing really, really disturbing for some reason. But yeah, that is Mothman. And I did not get that soul, which means I need to freaking hover over this stupid thing constantly. This is gonna get really, really annoying. So yeah, remember when I said before that there were 2 new enemies in this room? I wasn't specifically talking about the final guard, I was making a, like, reference to the Mothman as well. It's just that we were not able, well, actually we were able to fight the Mothman, I'm pretty sure we had the Raiakuta soul at the time, but we weren't really going after that, and when you have to deal with 2 of these stupid things at the same time, that's already annoying enough, because final guards have some of the most defenses of any enemy in the game. I guess technically Iron Golem was worse, but not really by much. Both kind of suck. And for a 0 rarity, or a 1-star rarity, this thing's proven to be kind of annoying to get. I kind of wish all these had the fortune that the flying humanoid has, because that would be very nice. There we go! Gain more experience points. Nothing more complicated to it than that, but that is the final soul in the game. Our reward is waiting for us next time. It's gonna be in the Abyss, and it'll be waiting for us then. Thank you for watching. I've been Masterstarman, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.